Welcome to the JavaScript for Pen Testers course at Pen Tester Academy. Now in this video, we will look at the solution to task 17, which is again CSRF token stealing. So let's jump right in. Now in this video, or rather in this task, if you look at the source code, you again need to get John's email address, and let's actually look at the page source, right? And in this case, again, you have the CSRF token in here. Now keep in mind, at this point, you would need to use both the UID and the CSRF token, which are part of this HTML, which you would need to figure out dynamically, which means you cannot hard code these values. Now, just for the simplicity involved in creating an app, we've hard coded it, but as mentioned earlier, you will have to figure it out dynamically. So what would be the process? Well, first is to parse the HTML, get the UID and the CSRF token, and then pass it to the URL and make the query. So here is how we do it. The first part is of course identical to what we've seen in previous solutions. Now to find basically the UID, we do a document.getElement by ID UID, simply because both the UID and token are basically the inner HTML of a p tag which has an ID UID and the other which has an ID CSRF, right? And we've already given you a hint that the CSRF underscore token is what needs to be passed. Now once we get the inner HTML, we actually get this string as well as this string, and as you can imagine, we will split it across colon and take the first element in both cases so that we can get the UID and the token. And this is exactly what we've done here. We take the inner HTML and then we've split it over colon, and we've taken the second element, which is the UID, and here the second element, which is the actual token. And then after that, we make a GET request for the 17/email script, passing both the UID as well as the CSRF token. And once we receive the response, we again plug it into the result ID. So let me encode this, copy it out, go back in here, paste it, and there we go, right? We figured out the email dynamically by passing both the UID and the CSRF token to the remote script, which responds back, and we populate it here, right? So I think the key learning in the last two videos, rather in this video and the last one, is that you would at times need to figure out the CSRF token from the HTML URL and then use it in your XML HTTP request to make privileged operations on behalf of the user whose session you're exploiting. Hope you enjoyed this challenge, and if you did, we would really appreciate if you can recommend Pen Tester Academy to your friends and colleagues in the InfoSec community. Thank you.